Michigan women's basketball coach Kim Barnes Arico. Coach, good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Hey, glad to catch up with you as always, and boy, to look back on the week that was. It had its ups and downs. We want to focus mostly on the big time up, and that is a sweep of Michigan State. It's the first time since the 99-2000 season, Coach, and it is it's something that just doesn't happen that often. It's only the fourth time in school history that Michigan has swept Michigan State, so a big-time accomplishment for your team this year.
It was such a great win for us, and I was so happy for our senior class, especially Nicole Elmblatt and Saisha Gorey, who have been here for 4 years and haven't been able to do that. And really not many teams in our program history have been able to sweep state. So it was a great win. It was a great win for our program, and I was really happy for our kids.
Yeah, and so you got it was another one of those games where you had great balance. You mentioned Saisha at 17 points and 11 boards. Caitlin Flaherty was big time, 7 to 10 shooting in that game, 19 points a year. Thompson had 16 points. Shannon went for 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. So she filled up the stat sheet again. 49.1% from the field. Coach, you really got it done offensively, but knowing you, I know you had to be proud of how your team played defensively in that game as well.
Yeah, I thought we did a great job defensively, and I know we always, it shows up in the newspaper is important, and who scores the most points is important, but we really had a tough defensive assignment on 2 of their players who are really excellent, outstanding players, and I thought our team did a tremendous job, a total team effort of really defending them and locking down and holding their point guard to 6 points. And they have a player who might be an All-American candidate, and we did a really good job on her and frustrated her as well. And then I thought we shared the basketball extremely well and found open people and made extra passes. And when we play like that, we've been really successful. We were able to knock down open shots and just really shared the basketball extremely well.
And then, Coach, so as we've been talking about all season, you get to the point where, you get a big win like that, and there's no rest for the weary. The Big Ten is such a gauntlet, and so you go right from that game to having to face Rutgers, a team that when you went to their place, when you went to the RAC, they did their thing. You played them much closer at your place. But fell just short to the Scarlet Knights in that contest.
Yeah, we did a great job in that game as well, and really limited their scoring, but struggled a little bit offensively. And they're a tremendous defensive team, and Coach Stringer prides her team on their defense, and they kind of had us rattled at times. And when we settled down, we were able to score, but it was a back and forth contest, and it was really a great basketball game. And they're a top team in the country year in and year out. So I think it was a good gauge for our kids to just really see where we are and how far we've come, and really truly how much we've grown as a program, and to be able to compete with these top teams in the country. We're not there yet, but we also know that it's a process taking those next steps. So we're really proud of just the effort that our team was able to give, and just to be in that game and have an opportunity to win that game down the stretch was great signs of growth of our program.
And, Coach, a lot of times when we're talking to Michigan women's basketball coach Kim Barnes Arico here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, online at WTKA.com. A lot of times, the biggest lessons, the greatest lessons come in losses. And boy, that game down in Columbus, you're doing really well against the Buckeyes, and then a late run from the Scarlet and Gray in that contest, and just like that, they were able to come out on top. But that's something I imagine that you could look at in a film session and really point to for your team moving forward.
Definitely, and that was a great game as well. And Ohio State's having a great season, and they're led by a freshman All-American candidate, and we were up throughout most of that game. But I just think too, it's a tough stretch, and you talk about playing college basketball and the grind that we face. Well, we played here against a tough Rutgers team on Sunday, and then we turned around on Monday and left for Ohio State and played Tuesday. And that was after coming off of Michigan State just a couple of days before that. So I feel like right now we were in the kind of like our NBA season.
Mm-hmm.
We were having a game every other day, and I think it might have gotten to us at the end of that Ohio State game. But I think the biggest thing that you get from an experience like that is what you alluded to, is how much are we going to learn from that, and how much are we going to take from that, and how are we going to improve from that game moving forward. We had our first day off yesterday in a really super long time. Our last day off, we were kind of snowed in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the first time that our kids got a chance to be just normal students, to study for exams, to regroup mentally, and I think we're going to come back super excited and super energetic about the final stretch of our season. And we have a great team, and we're just looking forward to the next couple of weeks.
And one more thing about that game, Coach, I look at the stat line, and boy, you had Saisha and Shannon, both 5 fouls, 4 for Nicole and Danielle. How much did foul trouble play into that contest?
Yeah, Sam, I'm always super nervous about, what to say about officiating and all of those kind of things. But Ohio State went to the free throw line 15 times in the first half, and 30 times or over 30 plus times for the game, and we were in foul trouble the entire game. And Saisha Gori is a dominant presence for us inside, and she really didn't get to play much at all in the second half. And when she was out there, she was in foul trouble, which she's a completely different player when she's in foul trouble. So that really affected our team, and we played I think the last 7 or 8 minutes of the game without her. So that's really super tough when you have, arguably the best player in your program on the bench with foul trouble. So that took a toll on us. But like Coach Beeline, and we learned so much from our men's program, like Coach Beeline says all the time, next man up and just be ready to go. So Jillian Dunstan came in and she had to play some quality minutes for us, and I mean, it was a great experience for her. And moving forward, it gave some of our younger kids some minutes, and hopefully that will help us down the stretch here.
Right. So you have a great opportunity, Coach, and let's talk about this upcoming game that you have coming up with Northwestern. You beat them earlier this year down in Evanston in the Pink game. Big time competition on Valentine's Day over at the Chrysler Center. Let's talk about Northwestern the second time around.
Yeah, Northwestern is having a great season. I think one of the best seasons in their program history, and we always talk about the strength of our league. And they're coming off an overtime win last night against Purdue, and I think they might have won a bunch in a row here coming into our game. So they will be fired up, and we've played some great games with them the last couple of years. And we've always come out on top. So I'm sure Northwestern will be ready to go, and they're led by, they have some tremendous players in their program, and they're a young team as well. But our kids, it's a special day for us, and it's Pink Day, and we celebrate a number of cancer survivors, and we kind of try to make it a really special day. And we'll start tomorrow night with a dinner for probably about 5 or 6 cancer survivors that we will celebrate during our game. So we'll come and have a team dinner with them tomorrow night, and then they will be celebrated on Saturday as well. And it's our breast cancer game, it's our Pink game, it's a special game for our program. So come on out, support. I'm expecting a great crowd here on Saturday, but it's really a big game for us moving forward.
And special ticket prices, folks, for breast cancer survivors, Pink Towel giveaway, Valentine's Day offer of 2 hot dogs and 2 drinks for $10. So bring a date, as they say, for Michigan's Pink game, Saturday, 2 o'clock at the Chrysler Center. Coach, thanks a lot for your time this morning.
Thanks so much, Sam. Always great to talk to you.
All right.